Hello, and I'm back with another video. And yes, there'll be another movie review. Before I get to that, I wanted to give you a reason as to why you saw, if any of you noticed it, there's like a red thing when I do my videos on that side of it. That's to do with my iPad because the camera wasn't exactly, you know, fully focused on me. It was like just picked up a bit of the red part there because my iPad cover is red. Just in case of you wonder, because I saw a comment saying, "Oh, what? Can you move that red thing like there is?" So like it's part of my iPad, so I should move the camera slightly that way a bit more. So yes, I want to talk about this movie that interested me before I started watching it, and it's hard for me to describe it because it's not strange as in it's a strange movie overall. It's just the the plot of it, like the reason behind the movie, was strange. And the movie is called Swallowed. I'm not sure if you've seen a snippet of it on TikTok. I think I had somebody talk about it. It's it's pretty. It's the characters aren't weird. It's actually a good movie. It's not the best I've ever seen, so I think the rating for this could be pretty easy. But it's really quite interesting because it's not how I thought it was going to go. But I already knew kind of the plot behind it. It's basically about two friends, Dom and Benjamin. They're having their last night together before like Benjamin goes to LA or wherever he's going to. And Dom persuades him to make a bit of extra money by going with him, and they meet Dom's friend called Alice, a cousin friend or something like that. I don't know. And she says to him the only way you could do this if you can smuggle some drugs. Now I thought drugs at first, right? I don't think she said no. She said smuggle something. I don't think she said drugs. Remember, when I watch these movies, I don't take every single dialogue as it comes. Now, when I seen that, I thought, okay, if it's not drugs, then it has to be what I think it could be, and it's very eerie. What I'm going to tell you what they're going to smuggle, and she told them the only way you can smuggle this in. Bear in mind, this hear me out here. The only way they can smuggle this is if they swallow it. Yeah, but that's not where the eerie part will come into it. It's not that type of drug. It's not a drug, and she does tell me to kind of poop it out as well. So that's one thing you got to bear in mind. And as when they get to the toilet, there's one scene where a redneck kind of comes in there. Like, he comes back after he had his pee in the urinal. And it's basically like the toilet's in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if it's just an American thing where they have a toilets in the middle of nowhere kind of thing, but I don't know. And he says because Benjamin is an adult, adult gay adult gay film star, if you want to call it, adult entertainment. You know what I mean. I don't want to say that other word, but yeah, he's kind of like that, and Dom is a straight, and then Dom is in the toilet one, and the redneck just punches him in the stomach because he was kind of like talking crap to Benjamin, and then he noticed something started to hatch out, not hatch out, something came out of his, that end of it, and it turned out to be like it was moving a little bit too. It's kind of like a yellow thing that they swallowed, and I kind of knew what they were going to swallow. Even when you see the picture of it and you see the name of it, you know what they swallowed and smuggled to try and get to the other side of the border. And then Alice kind of like finds out about blah blah. Yeah, it's kind of odd. And they find out that it's actually bugs. Yes, you heard that right. For anyone that's a bit squeamish out there, I recommend not watching this particular movie. Now, you would think gore movies would make it cringe. This movie made me feel a bit uncomfortable. I don't know what it was. It's just weird because I never felt uncomfortable with a movie like this unless it's a jump scare when I'm like this, eerie. But this one here, it was a bit of tension to it. For a movie that had characters that had to smuggle bugs instead of drugs into like another, to someone I don't know. And the boss guy obviously was a bit angry. And then he ends. No, the boss needed these bugs to milk them. It's That's what makes the movie strange. Whoever made this movie had a weird mentality because no one ever thought about it. This movie was made unintentionally by putting in. It's like an innuendo was fitted into it. I don't know why. Uh, it's strange, and You know, there was one scene. This one scene will make people feel very, very uncomfortable. It's the scene where Dom wasn't quite finished, you know, pooping out the bugs, if you want to call it that, and Alice had to force him. This is before the boss came in. Alice had to force him, had to force Benjamin to take out the bugs. You see, this is why it's hard for me to talk about, because this movie. This is the only strange part, is that they had to smuggle bugs. I've never known a movie like that before. I've known bugs to try and like bite people, and they would get like, you know, like Spider Man, or bugs sort of like come out. I don't know. Someone becomes a bug. Here it's almost like they had to smuggle bugs. Now it may not make any sense to you, but I could see why. I already knew it was about bugs. It's called swallow. So if you're gonna swallow something, it's gonna be something that's gonna be alive inside you, technically. And this guy had to put Vaseline on his fingers, and he went, you know, into, you know, this guy's, you know, end, and started like taking out the bugs. That was an incredibly gross and unnerving scene, and uncomfortable for people. I don't know. I was kind of hooked on this movie just a bit. I don't know. I partly regret watching it, but it's almost like it wasn't even. This is one of the movies that kind of made me like. It kind of, I don't know, made me lost for words just a bit. Other movies have made me be like, had some sort of words. Even the worst movies maybe haven't made me lost for words like this one. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of strange. And this boss guy was gay too, and it was kind of weird. I thought there's gonna be some sort of like, you know, male on male type of scene, which I wasn't really looking forward to seeing. Thankfully, there was none of that in the movie, but there was a tiny bit of nudity. Yeah. If I had to rate this, I mean, it's a really good movie. It had an interesting concept to it, but it's not the best movie. It's an interesting movie. Don't get me wrong. I was interested about what was going to happen here. I thought Benjamin was going to be the only one to do this to help his friend out because he needed the money. I didn't know they both would do it. And I think Benjamin only swallowed one. I mean, I hope I'm not getting the names mixed up. But yeah, Benjamin's a, you know, yeah, you know, it's anyways, and it's kind of strange. I don't know. I thought Benjamin would be the one to do this, and I thought he'll get infected or something like that towards the end. That's not how it worked. But I kind of understood. I kind of knew that what they were gonna do right here. I thought he was gonna be the one swallowed. I don't know. If I had to choose now a rating for this, it would have to be 7 out of 10. It's not. It's not a bad movie. I don't think it's not a below 5. They had a bit of tension in there where it was building up to something. It's not the greatest movie ever. It's not the best, but it has to be at least a 6 or a 7. So I'm gonna give it a 7. I think the quality of the movie was good. The acting was actually kind of good. And it's quite an interesting concept to it. The weirdness kind of made that rating stay where it is. I don't know why. So you have to watch it for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification below, comment and share with everybody you know, and I shall see you in my next video.